after our challenging season last year with injuries and, really having different players every game and, different lineups, we've really focused with our strength and conditioning staff as well as our athletic training. We're doing a lot of preventative type exercises to hopefully prevent those injuries, but it just being more flexible. And so we're taking an extra 30 minutes a day just with our strength and conditioning. Besides doing the lifting, I'm talking just stretching and ACL prevention, ankle prevention. So that's really been our focus in the off season, is just keep these kids healthy. And then, we get 8 hours a week with them. We do 4 hours on the court and then 4 hours in the weight room. And on the court, we're mainly just focusing on offense. Our efficiency was pretty poor last year. So really taking care of the basketball, taking good shots, just a lot of fundamental work in the summer.
You were mentioning about taking care of these players. Has there been more of a plan to really making sure that these players are taking care of themselves from more of a physical and mental aspect, knowing that now that we've seen what an injury-riddled season is like, as a coach, you guys prepare personalized plans for these players now that you get to see a whole different team, knowing what you saw last year?
Yeah, I think we all had to take a look at how we were structuring things in the summer. Last year was a little bit different because we had a trip to go to at the end of the summer, so it was more focused on getting all your offenses in, defensive in, all that kind of stuff. But this year started in the spring. We've been meeting, at least once a week, sometimes twice a week, with our strength staff, with our athletic training staff, our coaches. So it's more of a holistic approach to how do we best serve our student athletes and keep them healthy. The number one thing that we have here at UTRGV is resources. So we're going to use the nutritionists. We're going to make sure they're eating right, make sure they're taking the right vitamins, make sure that we're doing everything we can to prevent injuries. And then when we do have some bumps and bruises, make sure everybody's getting treatment every day. So it's been a collaborative effort with all our support staff to do everything we can for these student athletes to have a great experience. But to have a great experience, you need to be healthy.
Now that you're jumping into the Southland, I know your scheduling has always been real tough. But looking at some of the past history since you've been the head coach, you've had over 20 games against Southland opponents. Where do you feel like your team can measure up now to that competition, knowing that you've scheduled some of these Southland schools? I know Corpus is twice a year, but then you've mixed in the Lamar, McNeese, and Incarnate Word as well. Now that you're going to get a full temple of that, where do you just kind of feel like your team needs to continue to work to kind of be at the level where you're going to be right there at the end of the season, either competing for one of the top spots, or at least being in that top end of that table, where where your team should be?
Yeah, it's the Southland is a little bit different makeup than the WAC. The WAC has a lot of size, a lot of skilled players, where the Southland is more athletic, a lot more speed and athleticism. So, like you said, we've played every Texas school in the Southland Conference over the years. So we kind of know what to expect from those guys. We have not seen any of the Louisiana schools except for McNeese. We played McNeese in a home-and-home series 2 years ago and 3 years ago. So we've seen that team play. But yeah, the style is just a little bit different. And I think we've recruited to that style this year with our 5 freshmen and our 3 transfers. We feel like we're a little more athletic. We feel like we have more speed. And I think you're going to really enjoy watching this team play, because if we can keep them healthy, we've got a good bunch of kids that know how to play the game. We've got state champions. We've got coaches' kids coming in that really know how to play the game, and they can all shoot the basketball, which is what we struggled with a year ago with our lineups, not knowing who was in, or if they didn't get to practice for a month and then they get thrown back in there. I think we're going to be able to, if we keep these guys healthy, we're going to be able to compete at the highest level.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Ray Ray.